as they grab a win here in Miami. And State Farm presents her starting lineups. Someone will be keeping an eye on, of course, LeBron James.
Well, as skilled as LeBron is, what's most impressive is his athleticism. I think you could make the argument that he is the greatest athlete, not only in the history of the NBA, but in the history of sports. Wow! Oh, my goodness! What a huge play.
From D-Wing. Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark.
Got 9. Can't hit. And there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal
Looking at
foul.
Miami, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Bulls. Allen kicks to Battier. A 3-ball. And that one. Battier's got himself going there. His first point.
Eric went on to play at the University of Portland. Had a nice career there before hooking on with the Miami Heat. He's been with the organization for a long time.
Now let's find out what head coach Mike Woodson.
Wow. Incredible.
You know, Kevin, that's just him doing his thing. I mean, that's who he is, launching himself at the basket. I mean, he thrust himself at the basket. He's an angry driver and attacker of the rim.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay.
Well, on paper anyway, the Knicks probably have the most intimidating front line in the NBA with Tyson Chandler, Amari Stoudemire, and Carmelo Anthony. A lot of star power there.
Wade covered by Smith. Wade dishes to Allen. Overkill. That's good. Allen's got a decision. Clark, a lot of skill.
Yeah, they've got a good complement of players along that front line. I mean, Chandler is a terrific defender and locker room leader, and then Amari and Melo, you've got guys that really can score the ball, and they're free to concentrate on that. So it's a definite dynamic trio. One of the best front courts in the league, I think.
Here's Wade. That's blocked. And now the Knicks on the break. Smith against LeBron. Shaping up. You look at Miami. And, of course, New York. Sitting directly below them, just one spot down.
You know, for the Heat, they've been taking care of business all season long and very much looking forward to the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, the regular season is a marathon. We've tallied it. It's all about positioning and
Buries it down low.
when you think of Amari Stoudemire, you think of his best years in Phoenix playing with Steve Nash. He'd give you 25 points a night, shoot almost 60% from the floor. Just an amazing level of efficiency offensively.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
Out to Anthony. Over LeBron. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Stoudemire. Anthony. And going back to those Phoenix.
Nash would set him up in room service fashion. So when you talk pick and roll combos, Stockton and Malone come to mind. And I would say Nash and Amari were probably right in that same area. You know, the Miami Heat are relatively young as a team. Joined the league in 1988, but
saw the contact and he'll shoot two. Well, you look at the Heat, you take away the first 3 years of the franchise as they were building from scratch. Since 1991, they have only missed the playoffs 5 times. Steve, I think that's an amazing stat.
Yeah, the franchise quickly came in and established itself way back as one of the tougher opponents to deal with in the East. They've done a nice job of establishing themselves as a model organization in the NBA over the years.
He lays it straight in. New York trailing. They went to Miami for their last meeting with the Heat and came out with a win.
Yeah, and it seemed like the difference in that game, guys, was the defensive effort. They allowed them to get out and get some
pass to one of your teammates, let alone yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
He does have a little bit of showman in him, that's for sure.
Chandler right side. Miami grabs the miss. Well, let's go back to what Steve just said. Such a strong defensive performance they turned in last time.
Well, you know what was remarkable about it, Kevin, was how many turnovers there were. I mean, it wasn't all about defense. There was some sloppy ball handling taking place on the other side, too.
It's Anthony with the drive. inside. Chandler with the steal. Kidd with it. Wade picks him up. Unloads. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Kidd. 9 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this one.
Gets it to go.
Well, they're scoring efficiently. They look very focused at the offensive end.
A nice start, no question, making all...
By Smith. Smith's got 8 points.
Everything is working for him right now. He's been a huge factor in the quarter.
Allen. And Chandler sends it back. Anthony against Battier. The drive by Wade. The second chance effort. And that's 2 points on the lane. He's got 5.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area. He may single-handedly bring his team back, guys. What a fantastic quarter he's had.
Allen for the 3. Again, Allen missing. Knicks trail by 3. JR. Here's Battier and Anthony with the block. Leaps for it. Stolen by Bosch. Feeds it to LeBron. Wade outside. Passes it to Allen. Clock at 4. Out to Wade. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Knicks ball.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and
Down the open shots and really getting another.
Anthony's got 12.
Well, everyone seems to have the hot hand here early on.
you know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these teams.
A good game so far as we conclude
The Knicks.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And before we move on, so far from the Knicks.
And how about really controlled the lane with their shot blocking?
To the start of the second quarter. And New York looking at who they've got. At the 3, 4, and 5, you've got Carmelo Anthony, Amari Stoudemire, and Tyson Chandler. Jason Kidd and J.R. Smith manning the backcourt. Smith against Wade. And stolen by LeBron. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Allen leading the charge. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Allen.
That's his first person.
And it's 7 points for Wade.
And Kevin, he's really solidified his role as the closer on this team. You know, Miami struggled to figure out whether they go to LeBron or Bosch or Wade at first. I think Wade has become the guy.
Well, I tell you what, it's nice to have two guys that are capable of closing, Steve. And I agree with you, though. His aggressiveness and confidence probably give him a slight over LeBron. You can play great. Way to get the shot he wants.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play.
Well, one of the big advantages for the Knicks is that you know they'll always have money to spend. This is one of the most lucrative organizations in the entire NBA. They've never been afraid of spending a lot on salary in the past, and even with the new collective bargaining agreement rules, I would expect to see the Knicks well into the luxury tax.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Iman Shumpert. That is good.
Well, not only does he excel at getting those offensive rebounds, but he's really good getting putbacks and layups off of those boards.
And Anthony sends it back. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession.
17 seconds on the shot clock. 17.
New York on D. Wade drives in. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Knicks, one of the most storied franchises as well, Steve, as you're talking about New York. Even with the Nets coming into town, into Brooklyn, you would think the Knicks and all that great history, Clark, will help them free agents.
Yeah, no question about it. New York be not just for the basketball, but for what New York offers, and that's an advantage for the organization. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. Pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff.
And Dwayne Wade's style of play is very high wire and high impact. And he spends a lot of time getting fouled and bouncing off the hardwood. And every season he spends time packing muscle on his frame so he can handle that kind of pounding.
And the shot is good. Felton's got his first basket.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Wade drives in. Gets it to go. And the Heat lead by 2.
He can cause the defense just so many problems. There aren't many ways to slow him down.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Dwayne, Clark, you mentioned his hard-charging style of play. Steve, if you're part of the Heat organization, how do you protect him from getting hurt?
Well, maybe you just give the ball to LeBron a little bit more often, but not a whole lot you can do, Kevin. I mean, this is the way Wade plays. He's always been an attacker. He's so athletic and strong that he's going to get to the rim and absorb a lot of punishment. He just has to take care of his body and, make sure he spends a lot of time with the trainers after games.
And Stoudemire, the bucket on the assist by Smith. Smith's got his 3rd assist on the night. Allen kicks to Battier. Stoudemire against LeBron. Bosch passes to Allen. Over Felton. Again, Allen missing.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
Wade up top, covered by Smith. Wade drives in. The line of the game.
And this year they haven't
overwhelming. So what a lot of teams try to do is zone them just to cut down on the dribble penetration and force Miami to take outside shots.
It's stolen by Wade. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. And LeBron throws it down.
Well, that certainly sent a ripple through the crowd.
Yeah, no, alley-oop always does that. One of the most beautiful plays you'll see in all of basketball. Yeah. It's impossible not to be impressed.
Yep, very exciting play to see that.
Especially when it ends with
that. Here's Wade.
He's been using his size and quickness to great effect defensively. He's in the top 20 in the league in blocks per game.
You know, talking again about his field goal percentage, Steve, I mean, that's really been a strong suit for him, an area of strength in his game, and he's basically been
and it might seem like a bit of, and I don't think, Clark, in your answer.
No, I would agree. I mean, there are a couple of things that scare you about the Heat. First, they can knock down outside shots and beat you if you try to go to a zone and close off driving lanes. And secondly, they're still probably able to find a way to get inside and dunk through you or over you.
It's kind of like pick your poison.
Yeah, they come.
Knicks got 10 points in the quarter.
It looks like he's finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
Allen for 3. That's good. And the Heat lead by 4.
I'm just so impressed with his focus, Kevin, because even with the defender flying at him, he still finds a way to hit those shots on the perimeter.
And I'd say this, too. He's a dead defense to pay very close attention to him here. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
Well, the question mark the last couple of years for the Knicks has been defense. And I think the addition of Tyson Chandler on the interior was the answer to the really helped improve that defense. Now
Smith with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. It's stolen by Allen. And now the fast break, LeBron with the ball. Here's Bosch. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Bosch has got his second bucket of the night.
Nicely done. They've really attacked effectively in transition.
There's no doubt about it, Steve. Their quickness has given them an advantage. I mean, I've liked the way they've pushed the ball all game.
And you know, you saw that change in philosophy with the head coaching change. Mike Woodson took over as interim coach. And then, May 24th, May 25th, they announced that he was going to be a full-time coach. We got that years and they settled that position down.
Play tough defense, and the Knicks seem to be headed in that direction now.
Well, as you can now see on the 2K leaderboard, these are the NBA's steal leaders since the All-Star break. In the third spot, Dwayne Wade.
You know, Kevin, sometimes players fade out after the All-Star break. They start cruising a little bit, but not so with him. I mean, he's working just as hard on defense now as he was earlier in the season, and you can see it starting to pay off.
Anthony with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. In a moment to check out Miami, who they've got coming up. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
Well, I'm anxious to see what ends up happening with that Bulls game. Should be a good one.
LeBron drives in to the paint, takes it up. That's good from Wade on the assist by LeBron. LeBron's now got his 4th assist in this one. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Smith in the posts, working on Allen. And you know that's going to basket right there.
Fans, as you would expect, not allowing their feelings to be kept on mute. They didn't care for that one.
Now here's Wade. He's got 19. Wade left side. It went right down as the
Out in.
And a bird's eye view of the American Airlines Arena, nestled on the waters of Biscayne Bay as we return to South Florida.
We've seen D-Wade getting it done. 19 points, and he's tallied 7 points at the line. A very nice total.
Yeah, the coach will be very happy with his production and his aggressiveness today, that's for sure.
Wayne Wade and LeBron James at the 2 and 3. Chris Bosh is out there with Shane Battier, and it's Allen in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
And what Carmelo Anthony tries to do is catch the ball within range of the basket, maybe 20 feet or so. That stance going. Now he can either.
Here's Smith, and it's blocked by Bosh, and they're able to recover. The shot's good from Stoudemire.
Excellent job carving out space on the glass to make that putback possible.
It's tipped. It's taken away by Smith. Throws it up high, and it's Stoudemire with the jam.
I don't think it's possible to make a better pass than that, guys.
And he finished so well, Clark, too. Not too shabby on that.
Perfect timing to pull off that alley-oop.
The short list of players, but you've got to include Durant, Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant as well. Both outstanding scorers. But Carmelo right in their class. I can't imagine that we'll see one better than that tonight.
I'm with you on that, aren't you, Steve?
Oh, yeah, I'd be shocked if we saw something more entertaining than that one.
Courtesy of Sprite.
And still one of the great shooters in the game. A first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
And he makes all 3. And Steve, with Ray Allen, we've all heard about his obsessive preparation. Don't you think, Clark, that helps his longevity?
Without question, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you get what you put into it. In other words, his preparation. York sits right now. First in three-point shooting. First in lowest turnovers a game. And they're in the top half of the league in scoring as well. Not too shabby.
And you look at those numbers, and what obviously stands out is first in the league in three-point shooting. That's amazing. They've just done a nice job of spacing the floor, getting good looks for their shooters out there, and really passing the ball unselfishly.
Beyond the arc, and the shot is good. Allen's got 18 points in the game.
Boy, this is a shooting exhibition, guys. I mean, he's not wasting any of his chances.
Chandler.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Now those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
The drive by Wade.
That's his fourth, so he's going to have to be very careful the way he plays and pick his spots here in the second half. You know, even in his 30s, this players in the league, when he gets out.
I don't know if there's ever been a more devastating wing tandem on the break than Wade and the freight train James, although Pippen and Jordan were pretty lethal in their day in transition as well.
And J.R. Smith with the slam.
Boy, I tell you what, the D was way too soft right there. Better than that.
Clark, he's not the kind of guy you want to. Makes the lead pass. The shot by Wade, no good.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
It's Anthony with the drive. The jump hook. It's hauled in by the Heat. Wade's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's LeBron.
Oh, I can't believe it either.
The drive by Allen. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, guys, you talk about Ray Allen. He's a true professional. I mean, always working on honing that jump shot, and he keeps himself in superb physical condition.
And Allen drops them both.
And Clark, talking about Ray Allen, you know, the reason his game has held up so well over the years is his commitment to conditioning and to his craft. When you arrive to an arena before a game, Ray Allen is almost always the first one on the floor, going through his usual shooting routine. Boy, has it paid off for him.
Well, a nice little trend developing. Last 10 from inside the paint.
He's guarded by Chandler. 6 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off from deep three-point range, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. And let's go down to a list of players you can't leave open under any circumstances. This season's most accurate small forwards from the field. LeBron James, number 1.
And when you've got a player like him who can shoot that well, not at center, but at small forward, it gives you a remarkably dependable option every time down the floor.
That is so true, Steve. From 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, his touch is really on target from any distance.
And Anthony gets it to go.
He's done a ton. They may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
Dude, you can't fire the pass in there. You got to have some air under that pass. It needs a little hang time.
That's exactly right. A lot of finesse. Just like that one was perfectly thrown.
And that's what makes the play so much fun to watch. There's finesse on the front end, but then power on the end.
Smith against Allen. And here's Felton from the arc. And that one's good. And now it's only a 5-point Heat lead.
Well, they're on a hot streak now. They can't miss and really trying to cut into this lead.
Well, it's been a fantastic comeback effort, guys, and they've actually shot their way back into this one.
Smith with it, picked up by Battier. And J.R. Smith with the slam.
Put that paw up there and banged it home.
Yeah,
Man, that was nice.
Little Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
right.
that was strong.
Simple, direct, and effective.
Knicks trail by 3. Some firepower, Clark. And
how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really...
They've led by as many as 14 points. Chandler gets LeBron. Down goes the slam.
He has so much confidence, guys. What a finish.
There's 1:26 left in the third. Smith against it. Deep 2 from Anthony. Rebounded by Battier. Battier's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Wade drives in. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
Shooting for Miami.
LeBron's now got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well done, finishing that one off. Well, guys, I thought acquiring Shane Battier was a terrific off the court. On the court, he's a really good role for Battier in Miami.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in the second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Gets it to go.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. That's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
And here we go. Wade into the hoop.
Wade! Nasty, nasty. Whoa.
And that look right there on Clark says it all.
He's not alone, Kevin. That was just mean right there.
Stevie Johnston, a cerebral player, enjoys that approach
to how he sees and thinks the game.
Outside Anthony. Battier with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Wade. Gets it to go. Wade's got 15 points in just the second half.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively today. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and that lead they have just continues to grow and grow.
Good if it goes. No good on the buzzer beater. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back.
The Knicks, 76.
J.R. Smith out there with Felton. They get it back. Bosch dishes to Battier. A three-pointer off the mark. Knicks trail by 16. The three from Anthony. Felton kicks to Anthony. Over Battie. And missing.
That's a huge part of not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Wade.
Blocking.
And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for two. That's on Raymond Felton. Here's what the schedule says for the New York Knicks and what it looks like. Up next for them is the Pacers. That'll be the last game of their very short three. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Wade. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Knicks trail by 18. Outside Anthony. It's good from about 19 feet. Anthony's got 27 points. He'd have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Allen passes to Bosch. Puts the lead pass in front of him. It's LeBron with the drive. Bosch against Anthony. Battier outside. Way by Felton. Yeah.
Well, Carmelo belongs in that group of guys who you say maybe he's the best scorer in the league. He's certainly close. He's right there with Kobe and Dwayne Wade, LeBron for sure. He's so skilled. He's so strong. And he's just got a knack for getting the ball in the hoop when the time is right.
His ability to do that, Steve, is a big part of why he can get a shot off many times. I mean, he knows that all he needs is a fraction.
And the Heat lead by 14. Wade against Smith. Stolen by Bosch. Puts up a three. Battier shot.
Them a lot of credit for the way they've fought.
Anyway,
he thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Crowd not happy at all with that call, Clark.
You know what? I hope these officials, Steve, have thick skin, and I know they do because they're hearing it on that call.
Knicks trail by 15. Smith kicks to Chandler. And stolen by LeBron. Now it's Battier running. He can go all the way. Here's Wade. Wade gets it to go. Wade's got 40 points.
Anytime they've needed a hoop, he's taken over one shot after another. Boy, he played well.
The three from Anthony. Rebounded by Battier.
Remember, he was hot early. 3 3-pointers in the first half, but shot's not working here in the second.
Smith, the pass to Felton. It's stolen by Wade. And there's the call on Felton. That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
That's his fourth personal foul. Second team foul.
And so here is Miami. Giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Boy, that's almost unfair. I mean, who else can you think of with the ability to explode to the rim like that?
Well, there aren't many of them out there, Clark. You're absolutely right. Steve, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the reason the fans love watching this guy. He's one of the league's top athletes.
That was a nice replay, brought to you by Sprite. Here's Smith. Tip back in for 2. And that's 21 points for Stoudemire.
Well, that makes 5 of their last time.
Yeah, really focused on having a nice game from outside.
And here are the Heat. They're on a 14-6 run. It's Allen on the win. Over Anthony. Again, Allen missing. Knicks trail by 20. Stolen by Bosch. Battier kicks to Wade. And that is good. Wade's got 44.
Another turnover leading to a bucket.
Yeah, they've made the most of all these chances they've gotten from turnovers. I mean, it's really fueling their offense right now.
Allen kicks to LeBron. Oh!
Are you kidding me?
Great. And here's Smith.
You know, in this day and age, teams do turn over a little bit more. Not like the old days where you keep the same roster for close to a decade. And despite that turnover, you do still find a way to stay on top and lock you up.
Allen kicks to Bosch. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Now that's how you execute an alley-oop there, fella.
And with an exclamation point, too, on the finish, throwing it down hard.
What a terrific play on both ends.
And here comes Smith, leading the fast break. .143 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Smith's got 4 this quarter. You talk about winning in this league, guys. It sure seems, Steve, to come down to the organization.
Well, there's a culture, there's a kind of an aura around a team that is so important. You're not always going to have talent, but if you're always dedicated towards working and getting, but the character of the players and the work ethic of the coaching staffs and the organizations really tells you all you need to know.
Felton dishes to Smith. Smith off a pick from Anthony. Back to Felton.
Blocks today, too.
Yeah, and I think that's been important because it's established a nice defensive presence for his team.
He's off on the second.
Well, Amari Stoudemire is one of the most explosive finishers in the history of the game. It was probably Blake Griffin. That quick first step, the explosive.
Back to Smith. And stolen by LeBron. Wade outside.
Frustration foul. You've got to maintain your composure.
Yeah, he lost his cool there, Steve. I mean, you can understand it, but you can't excuse it.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so they foul intentionally.
I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Break for a minute.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Too little, too late. They may as well just let the clock run and save their energy for another day.
Absolutely, Clark. You know sometimes the frustration can show in a game like this, and I think that's what we're seeing right here.
Now Smith, and so they... The free throw drops for Smith. And he makes the first, but misses the second. It's stolen by Stoudemire.
Point out the bounce and show you how to get this going.
Call time here. Guys, your thoughts? Number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw. First one falls for him. And he can't hit the second. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right.
The Knicks, 94.
Give me that beat, fool, it's a full-time jack move. Don't worry, Skano, I get back soon. Salute.